Today, we have a story about a group of adventurers who start off the adventure fun and goofy, until slowly all the characters in the party become serious. Let's throw another log on the fire. About 5 years ago, after an amazing end of my first D&D campaign with a great group, we wanted to start a new story with the same people. The idea was that our old characters created an adventuring guild of which the new characters were members. Back then, I and the group were still big fans of rolling for stats, so we rolled our characters and all of us rolled terribly. The party consisted of a clumsy teenage rogue, a confused dragonborn sorcerer, a distracted dwarf warlock with 2 personalities, one character I can't remember, and my character, a naively brave halfling paladin, built to survive, but not much else. 16 con, 14 dex, 12 charisma, and the rest of the stats were 996. Adventuring with this group was great, at least to me, as we laughed at our failed rolls, and our characters bonded in their almost childlike innocence and wonder. The DM wanted to challenge us in combat, which made that aspect a bit harder and darker, but it was still fun putting effort in staying alive. Our characters were mostly also innately good, trying to cause as little harm as possible. They riffed on each other and talked as in-character friends would. Then it happened. The Dragonborn, not liking his character, whether because of stats or persona, I'm not sure, re-rolled into a Matt Mercer gunslinger with the criminal background and amazing stats. Suddenly, there was an adult in the group that not only lacked any kind of naivety, but also had no qualms about shooting to kill. That was still mostly fine. The group dynamic did persist to some extent. Then the rogue dropped out. Then the player, whose character I forgot, seeing the high stats and great performance of Gunslinger, re-rolled as well into a way more serious monk with again amazingly high rolls. Then the dwarf's personality shifted through some kind of event from the sweet and perpetually distracted version to the dark and brooding version, with no clear indication when it would change back. So there was my good-hearted naive halfling surrounded by professional killers. All his former friends gone. The group dynamic changed from a shared suffering in bad roles to focusing on the individual character's performance and awesomeness. Compared to the rest of the group, I felt incompetent because of my stats, and unable to really play out my character in the seriousness that surrounded him. So I did the only thing I felt I could do, and have him leave the party as well. My next character was a former bandit turned adventurer, but the game fizzled out after only a few more sessions of that. The magic of the early group never coming back. I'm not sure if this story has any morals to teach. Maybe it's don't roll for stats. It could be play a character that matches the general atmosphere of the party and setting, or maybe it's just that good things don't last. I'll let the listener decide on that. Ultimately, thinking back just makes me sad and think about what could have been. Though I do understand the appeal of re-rolling a character if you're playing an incompetent one. For some reason, this story reminds me of the dilemma of when is a car considered a different car after some number of replacements. The dilemma is, if you have a car and then slowly end up replacing all the parts of it, then is that car now a completely new car? And if so, At what point/percentage of replaced parts does that happen? Judging solely based off the story itself, it sounded like everyone enjoyed the absurdity in the beginning, and then someone decided that they wanted to be the main character. Once this occurred, then everyone no longer wishes to be seen as incompetent anymore. Unfortunately, this changed the entire dynamic of the group to becoming nothing special, and then everyone ends up leaving when things are no longer how they used to be. Which is weird because the group just finished a successful campaign before this one. What do you all think about this situation?